Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BEANSPORTS.tv. We're here for the Low Grand Finals. We have BeanSports up against Turnik online, I believe. We've been fighting over the translations from the Cyrillic, but I believe that's the correct name. So behind on the production, we have Antimation, and alongside me, fresh off a very exciting Div 3 final last night, we have Warped. So how are you recovering from that one last night, Warped? It was a good one.
Yeah, I'm still giggling. Dum Tum just had me absolutely in a fit of laughter the whole time. I couldn't compose myself. Hopefully, it's a bit better today.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope we get a game as exciting as that one. So obviously it went down right to the wire in that map number 3. But I guess we can think more about Low now. Div 3's over and done with. So we've got a long-awaited fixture here in Low. These are the only two teams with seeds 1 and 2 coming out of the league play. Only dropped one match each, and that was to each other when they tied 3-3. So yeah, definitely the two strongest teams coming into this grand final. You'd think.
Yeah, definitely the strongest teams like during the main season. They might have lost some points here or there, but yeah, it was just green, 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 and then a tie against each other. I did get some insider info about that tie. Apparently there's some player connection issues. I believe it was Potato or Happy, one of the soldiers. Their power just completely shut off like mid official, and they had to get like a substitute who's never played with them before. And apparently things just like went downhill after that. So they had a lot of copium for that match, but not for this match, hopefully.
Yeah, well, they got to prove it, right? You can't go and bring excuses like that up. You've got now. This is the opportunity. You've got the full roster in. You're playing the same team again in the grand final. You got to pick up, and it's all been good saying, "Oh, bring the excuses in," but you've got to prove it when it counts. And yeah, this could be as good a time as ever for BeanSports to maybe get some redemption.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a little bit of roster changes between both of them. Not Steven has replaced, is it Blycey, I believe, was playing for them earlier on. And I'm just noticing on the Russians, Frau, who's a name I recognize for like forever, like at least like almost 10 years or something. Like that guy's pretty old school, but is the only person I recognize on the Russian team.
Yeah, this Russian team, they went by, well, I guess it's sort of the remnants of the Fitness Gaming roster that won Open last season. Redex is actually the only main who's survived from that season. They've got a couple of subs that have carried over, and the team on ETF2L has carried over. However, yeah, Redex the only main still there. But yeah, Farrell, like you say, was absolute dynamite in the semi-final game against the Spanish side. And it was a scrappy affair, and again, like having a soldier that can sort of come in after the Uber trades, clean up all those final kills, and got some very, very high impact frags across the series. And it's such a tight, scrappy series. It really made the difference, I think. And Frau looking to have similar impact again today, I think.
Yeah, definitely gonna be keeping my eyes on him. I'm expecting some big air shots. I think he's got a reputation for ulti duo. So maybe some big rockets coming out of him. But it's interesting that you say that they come from like winning open and now in low, trying to see if they can just win consecutive divs. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of a cheat because they do have 5 different players compared to the team they had last season.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a couple of subs that stuck about, but yeah, no, it is just sort of the same team in like they have the same ETF2L page. It's not exactly the same roster. They stuck it out.
Then I'm not too sure about the history of BeanSports either. I know Dollar's a up and coming demo man, big like potential talent there. Did he win the fresh meet?
Yeah, made the playoffs. I don't think they won because the Autos Academy just kind of came in and rolled everyone. Yeah. But yeah, no, had a very, very good showing and was one of the stronger players in that tournament. But yeah, Dolo's one to watch out for, right? Kind of just coming straight in and straight out of Fresh Meat Cup, straight into the low grand finals.
Just skips open immediately in low grand finals first season. So I guess definitely gonna be looking out for some pretty sick pipes. And then yeah, I'm excited to see the game.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, obviously both teams have got something to prove here. I know BeanSports have definitely had, I think, an easier ride through playoffs than the Russians have had. As the Russians obviously had that really tight semi-final going all the way down to the final map against the Spanish roster last week, whereas BeanSports actually got a default in their quarterfinal.
Oh yeah.
The other team feared that much that they ended up giving up the default, and then they had a very clean 2-0 against Ice Mob in their semi-final, and it was a real, like, it wasn't just sort of they ran over DM, it was just a really composed, clean, no mistakes, just completely shut out all play from their opponents and just showed absolute dominance. So it's maybe a good confidence builder for coming into a grand final when you deal with the semi-finals like that.
Yeah, definitely, and as like the opposite then for BeanSports coming in from like a default win. Not quite the same. I've got to be honest, I am a little bit biased. I'm a big believer in BeanSports. And saying that, looks like we're going to be going live.
Yeah, we're live for the first map of this low grand final. We're on Bagel, which in regular season, the Russians were the ones who came out on top 3-1, but it's a different day now. Different game entirely as mid-fight number 1 is underway, and we'll see who comes out on top this time.
And both teams right now just posturing. No one's towards the flank right now, just trading some spam. Just seeing what the others are doing. Bit of aggression in the left house. Alice there supporting Potato. And Dolo immediately manages to find the demo. Just with a nice sticky trap along the point, and now Not Steven uses that space and just caps the point out from under them.
Big bombs, double sack coming in on response from the demo pick, and the 2 soldiers fly in, take down Jack just after the fight. And yeah, we said there, the medic, maybe getting caught in the way, but Demo doesn't get back in time, oversteps by the stairs, and he's caught out as the entire rest of BeanSports just collapse onto that medic. No Uber advantage for you, as they're forced all the way back into lobby. Great counter aggression coming in there.
Oh yeah, you bomb our medic, we bomb your medic. Just as strong, so that's it, even medics then, and the point is still in favor of BeanSports, so hopefully they'll just be able to, slow things down, build up the Uber, and just, take it nice and chill.
That was a big overstep there from Demo and the rest of that Russian side. Like they just had the medic advantage, just had to fall off, get the spawners, and use that advantage. But they might be pressing for point anyway here. Got a fair bit of cap time, and a fair bit of pressure coming in onto Dolo as well as lots of frags going all over the place. Jack looking to get out alive there, but Happy's in behind. Gets 2 rockets onto the med. Demo goes down, Boomer goes down. Huge bomb from Happy. And that might stabilise things out. Only 3 survivors here, and despite the point being in the blue, not sure how much longer they're going to be able to hold on to this. Jack survived. Getting into Potato, that's something. And they're still holding control of this house, so maybe buying a little bit too much time here.
It's just predicting the scouts to rush onto the medic there. He's got the stickies ready. They're not getting on him. I was a bit worried for them there. Jack was just staying in a little bit much, but they managed to recap the point now with a full Uber ad. Perhaps we're going to expect some more bombs coming in from the Russians, but yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Looks like a good 3-4 man stack, and they managed to get the force on Jack there. Looks like Not Steven might be going down. No, he lives. Okay, so they trade out 2 there for the force, so they should be pretty happy about that now. They've got a big 50 ad to work with.
Yeah, only losing 2 as well. I think some of the players that jumped in managed to scurry their way back out again. So yeah, but you gotta say, I guess the one with these big sack players is you do have to back up all the way into spawn, and this timer is ticking down. It's half of the clock now that has gone down for BeanSports into 1 minute 20. But Uberad coming in for Demo here, and we'll see how the Russians in the blue decide to run across, see if they decide to use this advantage straight. And for the moment, it looks like they're content with just a bit of point pressure, but they're sitting it into the house, getting jumped on actually. Demo and Soldier all the way behind, in onto Demo, get the force. Dolo going to be looking to get out alive here, won't be doing so, but Uber advantage now going to flip the other way, as maybe get a first good hold of this point here in this game.
Yeah, a bit of a flip-flop going on. It looks like they're trying to get a bit of a forward spawn, forward hold going on, but they got to remember that BeanSports here have the Uber ad. They send in 1 solid. Oh, Frau gets Jack, and that was the at 98%. That is a bit heartbreaking. Maybe everyone seems healthy enough, so maybe they go for a sack. D-Moore is quite far back this time, though. Yeah, easily gonna kite out any bombs there from Potato. So it's just gonna end up being a bit of a feed from Beans right now, feeding them beans, if you will.
Yeah, well, we see it with Frau last week, right? Like in that semi-final, Frau was pulling off players like this all the time. We're only in round number 1 and comes in and gets a really important kill on the Jack. And I think the Russians are going to maybe need a couple more of where that came from as this game goes over. At the moment, it's looking pretty good for them. D-Moore up on 100%. The timer's only 30 seconds different, and Jack's got a lot of building to do here, so we're probably going to expect some kind of sacking again, see if they can get onto D-Moore, see if they can force out this charge.
See, they're bringing heals close to point now. Not Steven, it looks like they're... Yeah, they go to pressure the cap and then send in the bombs there. That was really good. A flank bust as well. Good damage on Ral, but not getting onto D-Moore.
Yeah, they get 2 kills on both scouts though, right? So
They do manage to get the scouts, but they've also capped, but given up 3 players, so it's just gonna immediately go back. But hopefully the Ubers will be able to even up here, and then BeanSports can look to take a trade across point. That's at least what I hope they're going to go for, but...
Yeah, well, Ubercharge up for Jack, so that is certainly a possibility, and as times start to equalise out, this really is anyone's game here. As Steven looking to burn his right-hand house with the medic, looks like a exchange is going to happen all the way back on the blue concrete, but actually I say that, Demo gets so much later. Steven getting body blocked there by Bagel on the soldier, not able to finally find that force as it comes through, and it's a mulch coming in. Jack taken down, and imagine if found the only blue casualties as they managed to hold on to this point here. Ticking down under 40 seconds. We're going to see if they go for anything harder here. Boomer taken down, and Alice is already in. Maybe going to go for something behind here. We'll have to see, but dire scenario maybe for BeanSports.
Yeah, that was what we like to call an AMS Uber right there. It was a bit unlucky. They got the force out a bit too late, but they managed to put up quite a bit of pressure at BeanSports in the post, so they managed to get the cap out. No Ubers in play just yet, so you can see they're playing very confident, very aggressive right now. Soldiers, they've got good control of that right house. Just good pressure, but, you know, means they have to be careful here for this Uber. Actually coming out of the Russians any moment. Are they looking to take it across or just slowly pressure? They're in position they could use. Yeah, oh no, they end up getting forced, so this should be very easy. Yeah, very easy retreat from Jack there. Not going to get caught out by that at all. Yeah, Uber's ended in-house, and they overchased with it.
Yeah, not able to get out either. It's looking fairly rough, but the timers are getting down. We're going to 10 seconds each on the clocks. Jack with Ubercharge getting ready to go in. It's going to be a close finish, this one. This Ubercharge has to be good. They're getting straight into Boomer, who's maybe overstepped the mark slightly. Ubercharge coming in across the point. We're going to have to start unflashing a couple of players to get this cap coming through, as it's overtime now for the blue side, but with point control and point presence here for BeanSports, it's looking pretty good. Bagel goes down. Foul still coming in into the flank. Can he get anything with this bomb? As they're landing in, big frantic DM scramble on the point. Timo taken down. Lamaza goes down as well, and they manage to hold on to it. BeanSports in double overtime, gonna hang on to the point and take round number 1.
I was a bit nervous there. Yeah, right at the end there, just when they needed to, there's a beautiful, like, death ball on the point, I guess. I like to call that blobbing. A beautiful blob on the point there. Just a big blob of beans all over the point there. Russians not able to eat them, so...
Very tasty.
Yes. Alright, and now we have the second mid. Again, I can't remember what happened in the last mid. Oh yeah, Dolo just managed to find a nice, very early pick. With some superior sticky spam, potentially no bias here. And again, just as before, gets a nice early pick onto the scout. And they just use that and just take the... Oh, Alice managing to survive with the warmer! Or should have died to full damage, but managed to surf on absolutely nothing. Just floating in the air, an absolute magician.
Man's got fly hacks. And actually coming back in, taking control of these two side houses. But I guess they're losing a couple of picks. Both soldiers going down though, actually, for the Russians could spell doom, and Jack gets forced. Demo gets forced also on low HP. It's a bit chaotic. The two blue soldiers have not come up yet, so with Dolo down, they're able to establish some form of control here on the Russian side. They're able to get the point, able to get themselves out to safety as we somehow stabilise off the back of absolute chaos as BeanSports decide to reinitiate across the point.
Yeah, it's not looking too good though. They're just eating so much spam right now. They're gonna have to back up and heal up. There's no way they can contest this right now. Not even looking for a flank in house there. But does he get baited? Oh, just barely surviving. Alice getting some good cap time right now, so... it's good pressure. They might be able to just cap this out from under them, but so much spam from Bagel there in that right house. But then Happy pushes in. It's really good sustained fight right here, but it looks like the Russians are getting the better of it.
Yeah, lots of low HP players, right, but they're just not getting finished up onto over from BeanSports, and they're going to lose 2 picks, and they're going to lose a heck of a lot of cap time off the back of that. Just edging in, not quite getting that point to flip over into their own colour. It looked good. Demo got taken low a couple of times, I believe, by a couple of Rap Assassin balls flying over the point and had to run back for health, but as it stands, going to have to re-engage, re-attempt.
Yes, but this time, the key difference is they both have Ubers, but again, not even taking a bit of early damage. They're going to take the trade across the point or just try to cap it out. And these teams not really looking to trade Ubers, and it's going to be to the detriment of not Steven getting dropped from the stickies from Boomer there. But they managed to cap it out. I don't know quite how they managed that, but now they're going to use to block, or are these teams not really looking to use it, and they get forced kind of far back. Dollar goes in for a bomb, does manage to get the force out. Now it's a hasty retreat from the Beans, going back in the tin, and unfortunately losing Alice at the end of that, but Potato
Demo's weak! Nearly gets taken down. There's so many weak players here on the Russian side. Happy comes in, gets him to Boomer Demo all the way out though. Gonna be just about getting out there safe. Steven's chasing in also, and actually this fight has turned in the dying seconds. That bomb coming in was huge, forcing everyone back, getting onto those couple of low HP players, and we have even Ubers now, but look at this cap time that's coming in, and actually Jack might be in a bit of danger here. Bomb comes in from Frau out with the pickaxe. No. Taken down by Red X with the scattergun, gets finished off. No Minecraft kill this time, but the scattergun's going to come in. And now a salvage attempt coming over, trying to get to Demo. One bomb coming in, lands one rocket, second one in as well. Bidon up to 2 HP, taken down in the end. Happy gets that frag, but they lose everyone for it. A full sack coming through, and there's only a minute left on this blue clock. The Russians in control for now, and getting their medic spawning as well. Not going to deny Demo. There's roughly even Ubers coming into their final minute of time on the clock.
A very crucial salvage pick onto Demo there from Potato, was it? I've already forgotten. But BEANSPORTS immediately just pushing through the right side here, no Ubers in play, just contesting the point, prodding good aggro in right house right now. So much damage. Happy is in such a perfect position to just rain down beans upon them. The ball again connecting with Demo, and that's it. They managed to cap up the point. So much damage onto the Russians. Not Steven going down means this is going to be a little bit difficult to contest. Tiny Uber ad for Jack here.
Intelligent play there from BEANSPORTS, and they took a lot of damage, and they realised, despite being a pick-up, they realised their health deficit, decided, yo, we'll retreat off, heal up, and just use the number advantage to push back in. They've got plenty of time advantage on the clock, they can afford to do that, and that's what they're planning on doing. Frau actually is very lucky to get rid of his life there, as Uber charges exchanged across the point, both sides using, and Jack is actually isolated at the back end of this Uber. Redix running in, able to take him down. Demo in trouble though on the other side, and goes down in tandem, and it's actually 3 players down now for the Russians. Make that for Frau and Boomer, last 2 alive, but with no medics alive. This is the most impactful fight in the world, probably.
Clutch pipe from Dolo just there. I have this theory where if you trade while you have the point, you always lose. But somehow Beans managed to like clutch that out. I have no clue how they managed that. But it looks like it's just going to be another dry fight on the point here. Box 30 seconds for both teams, but currently in the favor of BEANSPORTS. It's going to be down to the wire again. I don't know if the Ubers are going to come up during this fight. They managed to find Frau in left house there. So Potato goes... Oh no! But Potato gets the bomb through the empty house. Oh, lands on nothing. Potato went flat on the ground. And
they're going to deny Demo as well with the cap. Could be rough, but actually Boomer getting denied himself, taken down to 37 HP, has to run all the way behind to grass as Ubercharge comes up. Jack doesn't have yet, gonna have to scurry away up into lobby. Is he gonna get out? Lamaza on the chase, hitting a couple of nice scattergun shots, gets the final shot onto Jack, denies that Ubercharge. There's gonna be no red Uber for the rest of this round. Huge impact kill coming in from Lamaza with the support of Demo following in with that Ubercharge. And it's all on the line now for the final 10 seconds again for either teams. These teams neck and neck once more as they work on number 1.
No heals on the side of BEANSPORTS. They got a clutch up now. Jack does manage to get into the fight. No Uber from either team. Good cap time. Good damage. I'm tense. It could go either way.
Yeah, it's just about holding up.
Poking.
They've got to worry though, because Demo might get Uber charges. I say Jack's not getting Uber. Jack's actually going crits just to have a hope of getting something, but Demo on 75% could be getting by the end of this fight, but they might even get that far as the pistol is out. Lamaza and Redix, the 2 scouts, dealing huge damage around this point, gonna hold on to it and equalise the scores out 1-1, but again, such a close round going into those final seconds of cap time. And yeah, the Russians are the ones coming out on top in the frantic fray at the end, but damn it, these teams are closely matched.
Yeah, this is very, very, very close. I think, Ben, I think I got these last 2 mids. I'll let you get this mid. I mean, it's just been Dolo gets the early pick with stickies, so...
Yeah, well, last time again, it was one where Demo took quite a bit of damage and had to run back to house and get the heals, but now Bomb's coming in a lot faster. Big turn of pace here, straight onto Demo, and Boomer going down also at the cost of those 2 red soldiers. as they're going to try and counter-aggress here in, getting a lot of damage in. Jack taken down, so weak, getting bombed in the backline. Dolo down as well, and Lamaza able to sweep up. And there they have it, the Russians coming out on top despite losing their med and demo early on. The soldiers and scouts running in, securing all those frags on the concrete, not allowing the retreat, and that's by far the best mid that the Russians have had so far, and they're going to reap the rewards of that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. The double Soli bomb, even though it looked like it should be really good, it just ended up being punished, and Beans weren't able to retreat quickly enough, so... and the recollapse from the Russians was just perfect at the end there. They were hitting shots, and speaking of hitting shots, whoa, it's chaos. BEANSPORTS have managed to get 3 from just nothing. I don't quite know how any of that happened. Prowl nearly gets taken down on the flank. Just about manages to escape, although Alice is on the chase. He gets him. Very, very cheeky Bean there. Oh, and he goes down for it. It's, yeah, maybe he went... Yeah, Karma says Prowl in chat, and I've got to agree with him there.
Yeah, this is something that we saw quite a bit in the previous game with BEANSPORTS. They're not scared at all to run into enemy house, start cutting people off, go for retreating players all the way into spawn. Yeah, this time Alice pays the price for it as Uber's exchange across the point, but it's, as we say, point is in the blue. The Uber exchange going the way of the red. BEANSPORTS up a frag so far and up with the positioning as well, with Happy so close. Going to get probably onto Boomer again here, who's overstepped and been caught up by Happy multiple times in this game and twice in this round alone. It's crucial picks coming through from Happy. As Point is surely getting capped up soon. D-More actually very weak, getting back into lobby, gets rocketed down, but he's got the pack, going to be able to survive. Both soldiers commit in there, maybe a slight overstep there from BEANSPORTS, seeing that medic weak and not able to secure it.
Yeah, the Beans were stretching a little bit too far. Nice pipe from Dolo there. Almost picks up Lamaza there. Very, very close. Yeah, a bit of a feed, unfortunately, from the Solis there. But they're up now. They're ready. Ubers are basically going to be even, so hopefully... Oh, Frau goes in for an early force. He manages to... Again,
never mind, at 99.
Again! No way!
Cannot stop Frau.
That was beast.
Massive. The Demo dropped as well. Demo's down. He was not at all equalising. Demo taken down in the backline. Bagel last alive here, trying to clutch it up inside the house. Got a one play to find in Alice, who's trying to cap this point away. Going to be hard. The soldier who can splash around the central pillar. Going to lose the fight out anyway. Alice wins it out. Nice work with the scattergun.
Yeah, Alice has that one in the bag. I'll put my money on that 1v1 any day of the week. Except for Tuesdays, maybe. Oh, sorry, I don't...
Yeah,
I'm a bit nervous, sorry.
Yeah, Frau is coming in huge, right, with some of these bombs. We've seen twice already getting
critical
just
moment.
before Ubers, like... Yeah, big player, big turn up from Frau, but Demo on the other side didn't manage to get Uber charge up either, so the collapse from the red soldiers was equally as good. As Bagel going to try and jump in, but beats the bomb into the house, but Frau still in regardless, as Bagel manages to get it a second time. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that first bomb didn't quite work out. Uber charge forced out by Jack, but Demo hasn't been building well, and Demo is taken down. We're only at 80% Uber. The Russians not building as efficiently as the BEANSPORTS, and that means that the point is going to flip the way of BEANSPORTS. Jack staying alive as well, and just 2 scouts up. Again, 30 seconds difference between these 2 timers, and we're just going neck and neck again. This has got 10 seconds
close.
written all over it, right? Like,
oh, definitely, yeah. I'm expecting another 0-0 on the clocks at the end. Don't know which way it's gonna go, though. Oh, unfortunately, Potato gets taken down early in main. Didn't just show my bias there in the cast. Looks like Happy might be getting caught here, but Frau goes in for Jack. Almost gets him. That was close.
It goes in 2 though, gets Dolo. Gets down onto the grass, gets 1 frag, gonna maybe get onto the scout, but doesn't quite manage it. Not Steven getting chased down. Jack's running away to safety, but doesn't realise Not Steven, the pocket scout, running behind on 8 HP, screaming for that beam, but not able to get it. As the point goes into the blue in favour of the Russians, but with Uber charges stabilising, we're going to see a BEANSPORTS push sooner rather than later. 45 seconds on the clock.
Didn't quite connect with the beam. I'm sorry. Alright. Even Ubers again. 30 seconds on the clock for the Russians. They BEANSPORTS take the trade across point. Really good. Lots of flashes everywhere. Utter chaos. Potato tries to go behind, but just gets taken down so weak.
Jack though, gonna get the kill with men on 3 HP. No way. Not gonna manage it.
Gosh, Jack going down at the end of that trade though, and the Russians still have the point. Looks like they're just going to be able to get healed up, and the health is just too low on the side of Beans, where they're just going to get eaten up now.
13 seconds as well.
They have one kind of last-ditch attempt right now. If they just wait for spawners, just bomb into the point, one last Hail Mary, cover it in Beans, and here we go. Potato bombs in, leading the way, followed by Happy, both taking the same pipes on the point. Both Sullies down early, and it's not looking good at all here for BeanSports.
Yeah, huge defensive boomer there with those pipes, and also the sticky spam afterwards. With the sword out now, might be trying to go for the trifecta, the perfect hat trick. Not going to get it in the end. As yeah, it's one round away now. Russians coming out on top, and as we say, like it was what, a minute or so each. We were thinking this has got all the hallmarks of being such a tight round, but that previous fight just didn't go well at all. BeanSports losing Jack as well, and the Russians able to come out on top in the most convincing round we've had yet. 54 seconds still on that red clock as the round finishes. And yeah, do or die now for BeanSports on Bagel. 2-1 in this best of 5. Going to have to win these last two to take this map. The Russians, they only need one more, and they're going to try and get it done quick as well. Bagel is in very aggro. Both the soldiers are straight onto Jack, who's actually managed to get away with lots of health in pocket as well. And Boomer overstepping onto this point again, able to get onto Jack. It's huge. Not punished for walking across the point so far. And Demo still alive all the way back.
Absolutely just Chad waddles onto the point there. All the stickies connect with Jack, and he manages to pick up the med. I have no clue how he did that. Happy going for something in right house there, but he just ends up getting cleaned up here. So hopefully BeanSports are able to, heal up, maybe go for a bit of a sack wave, as Jack did go down on that first mid fight. So big Uber out on the side of the Russians right now, so maybe they're looking to take it in. Alice gets juggled up into the skybox. The Bean was... No, I'm not going to say juggled. The Russians are looking to...
But they also Jack as well, right? Nicholas got Jack, and they got Potato. The frags are going huge, and BeanSports are going to be so careful. We said this was a do or die round, and this is not the start they're looking for whatsoever. The mid-time was looking good, but now they're in real trouble. They're losing even more. Going in Dolo! Never mind, he said they had to go huge. The drop comes in from Dolo.
Insane.
Onto the med. Massive clutch play coming in, and there's still this round, still stuff to play for here. We were saying doom and gloom for BeanSports, but that's the sort of frag they need to be getting. No more Ubercharge advantage for the Russians.
And they just have to watch out for hiders here as Beans kind of start retaking the point now. Frowl's behind and no one knows right now. All eyes on Frowl. Does he manage to get the bomb on Jack? Noxie even manages to spot him. Good surf from Jack there. Oh, and again! Frowl manages to just clutch up with these med bombs. Just keeps getting them. Boomer goes in. Oh my god.
Alex needs to hit these med, not going to land any damage at all there onto Demo, dancing around, dodging bullets like Neo in the Matrix. Not going to commit anything there, Alice. Not going to be too happy with that one, as Demo now with a big advantage. We said maybe that bomb from Fral isn't the highest impact if Demo also goes down, but Demo managing to survive that one is huge for this Russian side, and what's also huge is their time advantage on the cap, as they're nearing on their final minute here, as BeanSports have even got 30 seconds. Boomer getting a kill as well might help secure this one less player to edge the cap, as Ubercharge used out though now. Redx all the way in, getting so much damage. Med and Demo both down. And what an Ubercharge that was, running in, dealing with those players on the low ground and showing the value of the Uber advantage on point. You don't play defensive, you charge across, you use it for aggression, catch the overstep, and yeah, Jack knows the dire scenario on Clipskrieg already, and with so little time left, this could be a rough comeback if it's to happen here for BeanSports.
Yeah, it's looking a bit dire now. That was a beautiful Uber from the Russians going in to mop up. Oh, I say that, they're just about to take the right side. They're running crits now, but they lose Dollar early, so not ideal for your Demo to go down before taking a crit. They lose both soldiers, 30 seconds left on the clock, and the Uber comes out from the Russians. Not Steven, just juggling about. Oh, big meat shot onto Demo there, but doesn't quite manage to get the kill. But now Jack's going to be coming back in from the right side with the crit, so let's all eyes on Dollar right now.
Boomer's getting caught as well. That's a Demo man down. That's the start they're looking for here as the crits comes in.
And Frau, yet again. Yet again.
Not going to manage it. Yeah, Frau comes in with the frags, and yeah, 1 second on the clock, but Jack's had his spawn denied. Potato jumping in, really trying to do something here out on the flank. Oh, it's going to be such hard work. It's even going to secure 1 kill, but this counter push is going to come in at any moment, right? There's 60% Uber on Dmore, and with Uber Dissad to hold on to the point when there's 1 second on the clock, it's going to be so hard for BeanSports. They have to go for a huge play here. Dmore has to drop everyone before using it. It has to be perfect, and the Russians could be staring on towards a 3-1 victory here on Bagel.
Yeah, it's quite possible, and let's see the Russians. I thought they were opting to take left house, but no. And Raul finds a pick on the potato early before the Ubers even popped off. Both soldiers going down on the side of BeanSports, and the demo as well, and Alice, and that is map 1 going the way of the Russians.
Yeah, it gradually got more and more one-sided, right, as the game went on. So obviously round 1 is like close in the favour of BeanSports, then round 2 is close in the favour of the Russians, then the rounds 3 and 4, they kind of ran away with it to some extent. Yeah, round 4 in particular, really good play. In particular, as we've said multiple times, Fral just getting these medic kills at such high impact times, right when Jack's about to get Uber, right as they're about to take an exchange, right as you've just lost your own med and you have to salvage. It was coming in perfect every single time. So great play from Fral and from the rest of the Russian side as well. They really sorted themselves out after that first round and were the better team for the better part of that game.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't be too surprised. During the main season, Bagel was the map that BeanSports lost to the Russians, so maybe not too surprising it went that way again. I mean, it's a bit of an unusual diet from the Russians, you know, consuming just devouring bean bagels. You know, it's odd to, you know, have your beans on bagels, but
yeah,
to each their own.
I guess you can like toast them. You have like beans on toast. You ever like beans and like I'm sure somebody's tried that.
Oh yeah. I think you know I'm not going to try that. I'm not even going to entertain that thought.
Yeah, I think they might taste a bit different, right, on a bagel. But yeah, no, they were the Russians are certainly enjoying it of anyone. And yeah, 3-1 again, as it was 3-1 previously on that map.
Repeats itself.
Yep. Well, I believe, was that the pick of the Russians? I'd imagine so, given that they won it in regular season.
Yeah, I don't know. Which was the higher seed going into this? The Russians? So it would have been their pick. It would make sense if they beat them during the main season. It'd be very odd if it was a...
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if it was a pick from BeanSports.
Yeah, Russians. Yeah, Russians using their top seed advantage, likely, to pick out. But yeah, now we're on to 5CP, which is, again, when the teams met before, it was a gully wash game. But yeah, Snakewater this time. Another 5CP map can obviously call for a completely different sort of style of game. And I guess there's only 2 of them in the pool, and you can't ban both of them. So I guess if BeanSports were feeling as if they weren't too confident, they have to sort of pick the lesser of 2 evils in terms of what they wish to ban. And yeah, the Russians able to clean it up regardless on Bagel once more.
I'm still just thinking about eating like beans on bagels. It's a bit of a cursed image, but yeah, it'll be good to see BeanSports get back in on Snakewater. Not too sure. Oh, sorry. I'm the stream can't hear this. There's words happening in my ears right now, which is from production. Wow,
this is
behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
It's the classic. It's always production's fault. T-toes emojis. Get him in. Yeah, get him. But there we are. We're just making a little bit of textual, but there we're back now. And yeah, back for map number 2. Like I was just saying beforehand, very different style of map is Snakewater. I know it's one. I know King of the Hill is known for being like fast and frantic. And of all the 5CP maps to go to, I think Snakewater is probably got the reputation for being one of the slower ones. Particularly around that last point, it's when we really have to grind down your opponents.
Yeah, just as we saw yesterday, it'll be interesting to see if like the last is as slow in low compared to Div 3. Because I believe before the start of the season, BeanSports I think were originally trying out for Div 4, I think, but they just decided like it'd be better for them to go low, and they clearly had like an easier time in the season. So managed to make we have the logs.
Yeah, get those logs up. I want to see how many medicals Fral got. Only 4, but I guess they were all very high impact.
They were incredibly
Just
high impact.
The exact perfect times. But yeah, it was as I guess you can imagine for Koth, it's the scouts shining through. Particularly Lamaza, 33 and 12. That's
ridiculous.
Massive numbers.
Yeah, that's absurd. And then, not too unsurprisingly, top damage from Frau.
Yeah, Frel and Happy on the soldiers both doing very, very big amounts of work. Yeah, I guess the big stat which I'm sort of seeing streaming out here is Demo goes down 10 times, but Jack goes down 16 times, and like 16 deaths. I know it's caught, but 16 deaths in a 24-minute map is not ideal. Of course, that's not on Jack, but it's obviously on the rest of the team as well, and on the opponents for focusing him down. But it's a hard one to win when you're not getting the superchargers opened.
Yeah, when 4 of the Russians are getting less deaths, or the same or less deaths than your medic, that's kind of a scary thing. Definitely not ideal.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess one piece of other info as well. Obviously, we talk about like when I imagine these like pick bans happen, that obviously people might look back at other games, and I actually casted both of the semi-finals. As we thought, and the semi-final between the Spanish team and the Russians, which was last week. One of the maps played was Snakewater, and honestly, I believe that map might have been one of the reasons why Snakewater was getting picked here, like that one game. Because honestly, like it was, I know it's before Snakewater is known as one of the slower maps or whatever, and you have to grind on your opponents. Honestly, it was pure carnage. Like people were just pushing everything. There was like teams pushing out of last with like even Ubers and even players, just 6v6. Just the defending team just starts charging out of last and somehow like makes it work. And like people weren't sitting still for like more than like 20 seconds at a time. You just get your spawners and you just go. So I'm interested to see if that works out. I don't believe it worked too well in their game against the Spanish, but I know BeanSports have sort of playing with a bit more of a slow, methodical approach from what we've previously seen in their games, and I feel like it might be a pretty decent counter to what the Russians were able to get away with in their semi-final official.
Yeah, potentially. I did not see that game at all. I did not quite do enough research going into this, but I'd love to see teams pushing out of Snakewater last. It's a bit of a meme. The teams just end up stalemating on the last and going for round resets. So it'd be nice to see some push-outs, even though it's a very risky thing to do. Hopefully it'll be a faster game than we had yesterday with the 1-1. Yeah, it was we had like 5 mid fights and 2 rounds or something. It was a very, very, very slow game, but
yeah, I honestly doubt that's going to happen here, especially because I just think the Russians really played had like ants in their pants sort of thing, sort of just really agitated, ready to sort of go and try and make anything work. But here we are, we're on to Snake, and Russians, like we're saying, one map away from doing it. They took Bagel, which was their pick, but now they're going over onto the BeanSports pick, onto 5CP, onto Snakewater, and see what they've got cooked up for this first mid-fight. Looks like they're just buffing themselves up at the moment, getting potentially ready for some sort of play, but nothing too quick.
Yeah, the beans they're just cooking right now, and as I say that, Potato goes in, Potato and Beans, followed up by Happy. They get an early pick onto Frau. Beautiful bomb top right. Really nice coordination from both soldiers there. Dolo kind of oversteps, just overextends there.
Team 5 HP! Taken down!
By an arrow from Jack!
No!
As he survives the chase.
This is so risky. Jack charging out into lower. There's 5 more seconds until spawners arrive. The players are getting close. Jack running up onto last. Really has to keep holding this uber charge. There's 5 players in chase, but they're not going to make it. Jack safe back into last. It was scary for a moment.
Yeah,
thinking if they knew where he was leaving, they could maybe have caught him.
A very nice survival at the end there. The Bean managed to just roll away out from the mid back to last. And I'm sorry, and they're hopefully BeanSports are...
No, they're losing everyone.
But they're supposed to be taking an Uber ad into them, but instead they end up getting forced. So this is just so messy. The beans are just spilling everywhere right now. But it was a big play from Pal there, actually. I think he was the one who managed to get the force off there, create a bit of backcap presence, and then survive.
Yeah, Jack wasn't quick enough to, or at least the combo was too far ahead, and Jason and Steven both getting taken down in Saw. But I guess that there's sort of the slight silver lining here for BeanSports is the fact that with Demo going down late on that mid and spawning up late and not having someone to build with because there was all this fighting going on, hasn't actually built any advantage at all. So, like, even despite the rough Uber charge coming in and the force and everything, losing all the players, BeanSports back to a last hold with even Ubers on Snakewater, which there's definitely worse places to be.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of got a very odd sentry gun. They're expecting it's Uber ads, but it's not. The Russians were building so poorly that BeanSports managed to get the Uber, and they managed to use onto Dollar there. Good flashes all round, and very nice cleanup there. 2 picks from Dollar Sticky.
Teemo's going down.
Everyone gets caught here now. Do they overchase? What is Frau cooking right now? No, he decides to back up. My eyes were on him right there. I was expecting maybe there'd be some sort of salvage play at the end. Happy managing to find the demo at the end. Nearly!
Oh, so close. Onto Jack and Dolo. Dolo getting taken down regardless by Frau, who does go down at the end of that fight, but Jack, the crucial one, staying alive, keeping a slight Uberchild advantage. It's not very much, because by the time they've been faffing around getting out of lobby, clearing up these last couple of hiders, Demo's
eyes on Lamazza right here. 100% so BeanSports trying to take this for free, but they aren't aware of the sniper in forwards. Okay, they spot him out. That scared me for a moment, but happy on that door. They're still kind of just in there, though. Is the long con? Still peeking. This is so risky. But slight Uber ad from
seen again.
Yeah, he's not really contributing right now. He decides to backspawn, and BeanSports take a trade on grass.
Demo goes down on 98!
I thought they had Uber, but no. Oh, big cleanup from the Beans right there. That was huge.
That's a massive kill.
Oh. Wow. Okay, and now they're just gonna flood in. The Beans are spilling in, top right, flooding in. They eat the heavy, but somehow and very, very clean push, like just from last and wiping them on second there.
That was out of nowhere. I generally thought, oh, by the time this fight, they actually get into Demo. Demo must have been stood slightly too far forward. Maybe hadn't counted, but you say it's maybe not counting usually, but like that's like down to like the few like single percents of not counting. Like it was so close. 98% goes down, and that just turns the whole round. That should have just been an Uber exchange on second, but they lose literally everyone except Lamazza, who was the back spawning sniper. And yeah, having a scoutless in that fight might have had an impact regardless. But
double solid bombs coming in from the Russians. Frau manages to pick up Jack. Manages to live behind as well, but then the bombs coming back out from BeanSports retaliating, picks up a med of their own. Not Steven, trying to cause some chaos in the back line. Alice, though, is cleaning up, but it looks like manages to get an extra soldier. Does he make anything happen?
Mazza's weak as well. Good attempt though from Alice, right? Getting 3 kills on the mid and the med pick coming in under Jack. Very nice work there. It looked again like at the end there was so many players still up with the Russians, but all low HP, and Alice able to isolate those fights well, gets those kills, and mid fight, very nicely taken there. Turn of pace from the Russians, coming in a bit quicker with those bombs, but gonna have to settle for just getting the point and having just these even Ubers. Both medics hitting the 50% mark roundabout now. And we'll see what the Russians decide to do here regards pushing in. I know last time when they went into last, they just went in even Ubers 6v6 and it didn't work out all too well. See if this time they slow it down at all and maybe try and run some sacks.
Yeah, unseen situation. The Beans were baked on mid, and now they're settling down, cooling down on second with even Ubers. And we get to see what the hold's like. Let me just analyze it a bit. You got one scout on the pipe, potato in airshot pause, misses
Frau's on med.
Oh, Jack's one in the corner. In the forces, really good fuse there actually, not to drop. That was good. And Alice maybe chasing, trying to see if he can get anything. They managed to get both soldiers, and they managed to drop a scout right at the end. Alice just dancing around in grass, just like fading out the last of the Uber, just being like the distraction so that Jack can escape. Appeal that they would say they were peeling the beans. A very odd thing to do.
Yeah, nice work though there, right? From that sack coming in, Frau gets in deep, and he's just 3 damage away from getting that drop. Because Jack, I'm sure maybe hadn't quite calculated it was going to take him down to exactly 3 HP. Nice balls from the player there, holding it just that extra second. But yeah, the counter fight, BeanSports coming out on top and now looking to move their way into mid. Frau one sack coming in, not going to get anything, and high ground secured from BeanSports as they're able to just walk back across, establish themselves on mid, and yeah, with Frau coming up rather soon, probably not going to get a forward spawn, but we'll get some room now for a BeanSports sack.
Yeah, I wish Beans were a bit quicker here. If they could just, you know, take Saw and there's the one soldier down, they could have tried to take Cheese, but it's too late. No cheesy Beans for us right now as Happy goes for a sack. Manages to live somehow. He just got juggled into the skybox, but he's okay. They just back up, decide to heal up a bit, and it's the stalemate, but from the other side. And you know, Frau was like such big bombs, managing to get basically the force of the med drop every time. We'll see what can the Beans cook right now. It looks like Happy's trying to go forwards. Is he gonna sack through window? This is what I'm keeping my eye on. Yet goes for it. Pretty good bomb, but yeah, they were expecting it, so very, very safe surf there from D-More, and let's see, is eyes on Frau, is he going something towards kitchen maybe?
Yeah, working his range a little bit, been spotted out from Potato and actually taking a fair bit of spam down to 137 HP. Potentially going to be enough to put him off the push there. Going to just reassess the options, and yeah, with Happy coming back up again, back to even players and even Ubers, as no space really been made, but Demo has actually managed to get himself into Saw with a scout of Red X in tow. So yes, maybe something has come of that extra pick, but yeah, they're going to back out as Happy's alive on the catwalk, shows presence, and yeah, don't want to overstay there, don't want to potentially get caught and forced in Saw. So yeah, just going to slow it down, and there's still 3 minutes 20 left here potentially.
Okay, I can't actually see the round timer, so it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds, okay. Well, if I'm doing one of my many reviews for, you know, mid-open teams, I'd be saying, hey, with the hold, what are you looking out for? One of the things might be where the demo is. Oh, we have Lamazza on Spy right now, but he gets seen and down to 14 HP. Wasn't disguised apparently, and Potato bombs in, almost gets a really good rocket onto Demo there, but just live in lobby with 30 HP.
Yeah, I guess it's a good time to sack when you know there's a spy who's just undisguised, just walking about. It's a great time to send a sack because they're basically playing 5v6 regardless, but yeah, Frau getting another pick into Happy. Maybe they weren't exactly intending to lose both their soldiers here at this moment.
Going for the wraparound, not Stevens going for the wraparound. This is an all or nothing play right now. With Jack gets onto Jack, they end up forcing out, but maybe. I mean, they managed to get the
soldiers. They goes down as well, Cap's coming through. They have to run all the way back here. The Russians on the retreat here, having to bomb their soldiers onto the points to neither Cap, and this has got so messy here on the grass. Boomer down to low HP, Demo down to low HP as well. Alice here on the high ground, able to win death from above. Everyone goes down. Down as well at the end. Second point capped up, and it was a huge brain play. We said it was a bold one, a risky one to run round with the med and the scout in behind. It might have paid dividends. We've been in this situation again.
Yeah.
Lamazza last alive on last with Heavy as a bomb comes in. Bagel denies for a little bit of time there, but doesn't make any difference, and it's 2-0 to BeanSports.
Wow, yeah, history repeats itself yet again. Very convincing round. That was such a nice play from Not Steven there to recognize the potential for a wraparound. And then the absolute beautiful recollapse there from Beans. That was brilliant. And then, yeah, it was just the Lamazza Heavy again. Feeling a bit sorry for himself on last.
From last time, right? That's exactly the same scenario, 1v6 on Heavy.
Okay, and let's see. So last time the Russians did the Solly bombs early. It looks like they're going again for it. Both Sollys in. Frau, they're both going for the medic.
Oh, big air shot onto the demo there. Doesn't quite manage to land it.
Back is so weak. It gets caught. Oh, okay. Well, at least, yeah, BeanSports are wiping here, but at least they managed to get the Demo there, Russian medic, just so it's gonna be even Ubers on last. But, you know, if you're BeanSports, that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. Wind the clock down a bit. You're up 2 rounds, and take it nice and chill.
Yeah, that was so good there from Bagel and Frau, synchronising those really high skybox bombs, landing in, popping everyone into the air. And yeah, just wiping up literally every single kill. And yeah, Demo going down isn't ideal, but they're going to get second, they're going to get mid off this. And yeah, despite even Ubers, I think there's got to be a mid there. They can't be too disappointed with it. It's a very nice play from the playbook. Pull out.
Looking forward to seeing our first Snakewater last stalemate.
We said this last time, yeah, and they just ran in 6v6 and traded, but
yeah, I mean the difference between the Div 3 grand finals and now the low grand finals, there's been like no last stalemate so far, whereas the other game was like mostly last stalemate. And yeah, the Russians being really aggressive. The demo's so aggro in the shutter. Not Steven trying to punish, but he manages to live. Good spam from Happy, but he does get back a little bit. He's a little bit weak. It's all looking good.
Yeah,
they just used
what? Using his 6v6. This is what they were doing last time. Is they were just running in on these positions. Really impatient play here coming through, and Lamaz are going to pay for it. But actually, no, they're going to get both soldiers. This is somehow working out. Maybe a slight overstep there, coming in both soldiers on long 15-second respawns. And Alice going to have to switch to heavy here. They're going to be really careful that Jack doesn't go down in this post fight. Not Steven running into lobby, going to do quite a bit of damage with that scatter gun. And yeah, Spawners coming up soon. They aren't quite going to make use of those two soldiers down, and instead going to slow things down, get Lamaza up on the sniper, but never mind, they're actually going to walk in. Despite having the sniper, they're going to come in for the dry fight, and they do have a little bit of ad, but it's not going to matter here. Frau goes in, gets the pick, but Demo goes down, everyone else goes down here. Lamaza on sniper, last alive, going to have a lot of work to do here. On the second hit, a huge headshot onto not Steven. Madness. Going to come in for more as well. There's no medic to kill, but I guess maybe going for one for the frag movie. We'll have to see.
That was a clip. Yeah, that's going in the movie. Well, Beans just opting to cap second point and then immediately retreat. They know it's not worth sticking around. They got, oh, I'm so scared with the sniper. Lamaza looking towards Jack there, but he manages to get out. But Uber's even. Hopefully they have time to set up now and just stop the sniper or any funny plays from happening. Dollar's got the setup on right side with the stickies, Happy spotting left side, Potatoes towards lower. The gun's in a funny spot at the moment, but I'm sure it'll go where it belongs in the middle of grass. Slightly to the left of what I'm used to, but
yeah, it was a weird one. That last push was so weird, right? Because they decide to put Lamaza on a sniper, and he's still walking out, and then suddenly decide to go for a dry fight. Like when they're essentially 5v6, because they've still got Lamaza rolling out on the sniper. Oh, the voices are back.
The voices, I hear them constantly.
In our ears. SVS on the server. Alice deciding to come, seeing Lamaza's antics, wants revenge from that kill that came on second.
Oh, it's just such a scrappy hold. The players are just so weak at like all times. It just scares me a little bit, but the Russians back up. Yeah, they were like, there was some potential for things to happen, which scares me a bit. No bias, by the way. No bean bias, no big bean behavioral biases, because they're based.
Yeah, well, trading one for one, the sniper goes down for the cost of a soldier, and actually Force comes in onto Jack. Jack has to use Demo down, but Demo here has to use also, and it's actually working out perfectly here for BEANSPORTS, despite Jack having to use. Demo uses two and Demo man down, not ideal whatsoever for the Russians.
Well, Alice just barely manages to live there. He almost got caught, almost made it into a different frag movie there, getting caught by the rockets, but he just manages to surf out. Both teams building Uber. It looks like it's going to be another stalemate. No off classes this time, so maybe I'm expecting another trade from the Russians, judging off what they've been doing.
Yeah, Bagel's actually so far deep here, trying to fight onto Dolo and the scout partner, but going to be taking weak pipelines, and that's enough to trim off the angle for a second, but really keeping control of this this open doorway. And
just managed to down. In. They just pushed the door. Oh, nice pipe from Dolo picking up Lamaza there.
That's so important, getting that kill there, because otherwise in the 5v6 they would have gone on 5v6. You know how confident they feel in these positions.
Yeah, despite being 2 down, they're just chilling in lobby right now. Like, they are just so aggressive in lobby. Like, they're not respecting any sort of sacks right now. Like, maybe it's a... I don't know, if you're BEANSPORTS, are you gonna look for a sack? Maybe, but like, the Russians are so aggressive, just applying so much pressure all the time. Pressure cookering the beans. And Foul gets taken down to 6 and lower, but nothing happening there.
Boomer's in trouble.
Demo down!
Boomer goes down, and Demo taken out by Alice. Very nice, 150 body shot coming in, and yeah, they were just overstaying in that shutter, right? They were just taking so much spam. At the end of the day, it was going to happen eventually. The shots were going to land, the sniper was going to hit a shot. the soldier was going to find Splash onto the demo, and Happy actually finds another nice one on the way back by the shutter. And Potato coming in as well, so more picks and more advantage going the way of BeanSports. Yeah, surely they're going to go for this.
Eyes on Prowl. Oh, and Happy is just absolutely on that. Nothing. Yeah, not allowing any funny shenanigans right there. And now BeanSports on second. Full players, full ad. It's all coming up Beans. And they're just going to be pushing through Saw. Yeah, through the right side. I can't see any traps on the door, so maybe clean entry. Missing one soldier to help contest and spam, and they just take it very clean. One early Solly pick. Happy bombs makes loads of space for the rest of the Beans to come through. And yeah, beautiful. And they're still running it. Not Stevens, just running this Uber ad into second.
80% of Demo.
So close to getting Demo, please.
Oh, 30 HP running out back into the lobby. There's a scout to contest with as well. Reddick's taken down, but Demo safe backing out into lower lobby. Going to stick around for quite a while, but they're losing more players. Lamaz are going down also. There's only 3 players alive, but Demo might be getting forced here as the push comes in. This is such a good opportunity here. And yeah, they get the force out. Alice going to go down for it. Look at these HPs over on BeanSports. They're all so low. But Happy's the only one to fall to that Uber charge. And now BeanSports again going to be able to build up this advantage and have another go.
Oh yeah, beautiful, just forcing them on second. I think BeanSports may have forgotten about the Uber, if I'm being completely honest and slightly cynical, but in the escape, Jack managed to jump over a rocket. Very clutch not to die. That was quite funny. Some Matrix dodging, you know, Bean spinning around midair. It was a beautiful thing, and now BeanSports taking the Uber ad. It looks like it's going to be a shutter push here, so you know, demo scout, just a classic Uber ad push through shutter.
But there's 90% on Demo. They've waited a little bit too long.
They just walk it in though.
I think it's more ad than it is. That's the worst thing to see, right? You're using in, you think it's ad, and you just see a Boomer charge on the side, but they get onto Boomer, and Lamaz is weak. They're somehow making this work, despite the unexpected Boomer charge coming out from Demo. Demo's low HP, Lamaz is low HP as well. This is such a good chance here. Reddick's down in lower, taken out by Dolo. And yeah, they just about get healing up. But oh, it was scary there a moment for the Russians. They were down picks, down HP. Lamaz and Demo both so weak for huge parts of that fight. But in the end, BeanSports decide back the way out, just play it safe, don't want to overstay.
And my HUD, can you just let me know how much map time is left?
10 minutes of map time, 3 minutes of round time.
And BeanSports are 2 rounds up.
Yes, they are. Just do HUD reload scheme.
Does that work? Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. HUD reload scheme.
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you so much.
No worries.
Okay, most appreciated. Well, if you're BeanSports, you don't really necessarily have to do too much, and you can see the spy. Yeah, you can see the spy from Lamaza here. Going into lobby, sneaks past Happy. That's just such an aggressive... Yeah, he bumps Allison lower. They know about the spy now. But they stay. They just sack a scout onto the point. Not Steven, so much cap time. They get the force out. It ends up being a trade. No. So they managed to trade after all that, which is unfortunate.
But they still got players on point, but they're playing so hard. Jackie's just sat on point, and Lamaza last alive on the spy, gonna have to revolver everyone. Doesn't go full James Bond, but Happy comes in huge at the end, getting 3 kills in the fight. And yeah, it was such a weird push, right, coming in to get the fort, over-committing. But with Lamaza on the spy, who was in the middle of no man's land, the revolver wasn't going to do anything at the end. Jack even committing and sacking himself for the point at one stage, like, huge push coming in. And it's 3-0 here for BeanSports.
Alright, let's take a look at the mid. The Russians are coming up on Kritzkrieg, you know, 3 rounds down, they're going for it. Good early aggression, but the
demo down's not ideal.
That is very much not ideal. And a Solly down, that's even less ideal. And another Solly down?
Yeah, they're in real trouble here, getting pushed out lower. Pral is so weak, 6 HP, but the Kritzkrieg is coming up. This is going to maybe have to be like a scout laser beam crits or something. Happy's all the way in, actually. Might be getting onto him straight away, but no, taken down. Overextend. Laser beam's out. Onto the medic. Pistol comes out. Reddick's going to take down Jack at 95%. He said it had to be huge on the crits, and it comes up good. Red X, despite not having a demo man, able to get the kills with the laser beam, scattergun, and pistol combo. And yeah, this fight turns around. The Russians here able to run back in, and despite both meds going down, the mid fight, which still hasn't technically finished, is going to go in the way of blue. And with 8 minutes left, they've really got to pick up the pace here. But this is a good start, I suppose.
Yeah, they really got to, you know, step on the gas, step on the beans, and it was a pretty good start there. It was a very clutch, like, kill there from, I think it was from Not Steven managing to pick up the med at the end. And is he still on crits? Let me just double check.
He's aware of it as well, because Steven, when he respawned, checked for mediguns. So the game is up. There is no surprise at all. They're aware of the crits coming in, and actually, with the rates that the buildings have been going on, it's not even going to be much of an ad. They're not going to get before this Uber, so it's going to be a rough push, pushing last with crits. But honestly, like, we've seen crazier things happen, so we'll have to see. It's all eyes on Boomer, walking in with the crit stickies, falling in. Ooh, not able to land anything just yet. Jack going to use, but Dolo gets dropped in the Uber charge. Boomer going down also though, and Steven now able to charge through into top lobby, getting a lot of space and a lot of damage as Bagel goes down also. But there's a few low HP players here, and I don't believe they're going to overstep too much further here. Potato's gone very aggro, gets on Demo. Actually, in cheese, hits the splash rocket towards Saw. Nice work coming in from Potato there, and Ubrad coming in. Lamazado hiding above lower. Oh, happy with the reaction times. Huge coming in, but Jack goes down regardless. Reddick's running into last, actually. Happy's going to have to deal with him in lower. Oh my word, this is chaos. Absolute pure unfiltered carnage here on the second point. Happy's still in, fighting with everyone. Going to try and get out into top lobby. Nice bit of movement.
Ooh, I appreciate the schmoves there. That was some very nice jumping. Yeah, oh yeah, the Russians still on crits right now, but BeanSports have a chance to set up, but hopefully they kind of remember this crits in like the back of their mind. They could still be on crits, but...
Jack went down so late though, right? So there is a decent ad here. This is not the same situation at all as the last time.
Oh no, the Russians, if they can manage to find something with this crits, very much could be around for them. They push in early, but Dolo's like unsupported right now. He manages to just dodge everything. Pick up the
Jack down! Oh, the crits is in as well. There's crit grenades flying everywhere. There's only 2 alive. Not Steven on the left. There's a sentry gun to deal with, but it's not watching the point properly. And the push comes in regardless. It was a scrappy one. It was a messy one. But the Russians pull one back, and they've just got under 6 minutes left to play. And there's still time if they want to make this work. But it's again not much to work with. And maybe not the most confidence building one there with how scrappy that one got towards the end.
Yeah, are the Russians still on crits? Are they perma-critsing right now?
Yeah, they're
they are, yeah, might as well if it worked out last round. But we're setting up for another mid right now. Hopefully BeanSports are aware of the crits. Let's see, Foul's taking very early aggression top right. Takes a lot of damage. Bomb in, oh huge air shot from Happy! Oh, beautiful. And then Demo, Boomer getting caught out in lower, and you know, no demo for this crits, but as we've seen, the laser beam scouts can still be very, very effective. Raul goes in for a bomb, is taken down super low, 3 HP, hiding in the corner. Oh, manages to get caught out by Kitchen.
This can be so dangerous. The laser beam can come across. Jack's got to be so careful here. The push comes in, Reddick's just going to run in, but Alice is going to be able to get out with the medic of Jack, and that's what matters at the end of the day, right? That's what matters here, just keeping the medic alive, and now they can run in. Are they going to try and chariot this in here? It's full Uber ad. This is risky with so many players live. It has to be a good Uber if they're going to use it. They decide to go in. They're on to Faral, who's able to get out behind Lamazza, staying in for a little bit of time there. I believe Bagel, is that a direct hit?
There is a direct hit out on the board. That's the sign of the tilt, I do believe. But beautiful get down, Mr. President.
Dealt with by the direct hit.
Yeah.
Honestly, default rocket launch, that rocket doesn't hit in time and the med dies.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trolling actually a little bit. But.
The few ticks difference there was definitely the deciding factor. BeanSports are gonna back up from the mid, and the midpoint still hasn't been capped yet. Only 4 minutes left on the clock. They're gonna have to. The Russians are gonna have to pick up the pace here. They're on crits disad right now, so Jack was 75%. Not currently building, which concerns me, but hopefully they'll manage to get the Uber here on second. Direct hit in the window. Prowl bombs in. And just takes so much space, Saw and Grass. And BeanSports a little bit passive, but they just take the Uber in. Yeah, very smart play from them there. Nice bomb from Dollar there. They managed to pick up the med, but Jack's probably gonna die for this. But the direct miss, as we can see, misses everything there, still gets cleaned up regardless. Pato just dying there on second, so almost a full wipe for the Beans. Where is Dolo?
Boomer.
Oh, he's out on last, okay.
Yeah, Boomer is thinking about going into last, waiting for the pack, maybe going to go for some funny business, but yeah, you got to say 3 minutes left, this has to be quick, and what's really helped them with getting those Ubers off the cards is it's really slowed this down, but actually, man, a matter is, oh, never mind, Dolo coming in. Reddick's got me worried for a second there, running an onto point. Being able to get a lot of cap time and not able to secure it, but now you say, like, it's going to add another 40 seconds or so into this round, just having to build up these crits again. They're still sacking players, and they know the dire time situation. Lamaza going in as well, just about able to get out alive. But yeah, 2 minutes 36 on the clock. 3-1, 2 rounds to find here, and it's getting towards the realms of impossibility here for the Russians.
Yeah, desperate times indeed. Unfortunately, they were just feeding a bit one after the other. Plants versus Zombies towards the end there. They just had to regroup and just hopefully go all together, and that was probably realistically their best shot, but we'll see. Still the direct hit is in play, the crits is still in play, but BeanSports have Uber, they have a gun set up. No soldiers by lower, they're not spotting this left side. My goodness, let's see.
Demo down! Big headshot from Steven there, straight onto the demo as he runs through. Going to completely deny the crits, and the Uber comes out regardless, and that is going to seal the deal, if nothing else. It was maybe sealed anyway, but the headshot on the crit screen demo right as the door opens. And that is going to be map 3, all but secured now. We're going to go the distance here in the low grand final. We might come back in poetic fashion. It might be the same score as the previous map as well, despite the different game modes. It's 3-1 for BeanSports, and unlikely that another round occurs here, unless BeanSports just decide to coast it, which they're thinking about, I guess. They're being aggro into mid. They're looking into this. The Mazza up on heavy is going to be something to deal with here in grass.
Oh, and Frau in the spot. I mean, BeanSports realistically looks like they might just be stalemating. They don't have to rush anything. It doesn't matter at this point.
It's garbage time.
Yeah, it is garbage time. I wanted to see a funny wallbug play from Frau, but you know, my inner jumper main was very happy there that they get the crits main, and maybe they just walk in, and it goes about as well as expected.
Yeah,
BeanSports pop out.
Yeah, Reddix is the one there thinking, you know what, Boomer's crits just got destroyed instantly last time. Mum said it's my turn with the crits. And goes in, but it doesn't make it work either. And yeah, we go down. It's the final 40 seconds of this game. Ooh. And if anything, it's BeanSports that are going to get around here, right? They're capping at second, 30 seconds left, there's only 3 players live, and there's crits on the medic. I guess if they really wanted to push for this, they could try and get something in with Demoman down as well, and they're going to just send players in. Flying in onto the point is happy already, getting denied the Red X, blocking the cap time, and yeah, it's the final 15, and teams now, minds are going to be on that map number 3.
GG. Oh, nice little final bomb in there from Dolo, but yeah, that is it. Map 2 going the way of BeanSports, and we're gonna see all 3 maps. I'm misinformed. What is the 3rd map?
I'm misinformed also. Production throwing you under the bus.
Please
What's
say
the
it
3rd
never
map?
works.
Process. One of the maps.
It is definitely a map.
Yeah, you say we hope the Metalworks. I don't believe these teams have faced on Metalworks previous. Oh no, on Process. So, but yeah, I guess it's one of those maps, right? Everyone can sort of play it to some degree. It's played that much that it's one of those you're often not really, at least at like low level, you're not really gonna catch someone out with like thinking, oh, we'll bait Process in and we won't ban it or whatever. But it's sort of a neutral ground where both teams, I imagine, are going to be reasonably comfortable on it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in the lower divisions, Process is much beloved, and in mixes and pugs and everything. Not necessarily a map that I'm particularly fond of. It is just a worse version of Sunshine. Don't at me. That's just how it is. But so hopefully, both of the teams, I imagine, will be fairly competent on this map.
Yeah, it's what you want to see from a decider, right?
Yeah. To be fair, for a decider, I think this is going to be a really good map, because even though Beans were definitely very confident on Snakewater, we'll see if they can carry that momentum, or if the Russians are going to get a chance to come back in now. But I'm really glad to see 3 maps. It's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good one. See if there's any turnaround. I've got to say, like, I do think one big change up I want to see from the Russian side in particular. I say I want to see it. It's not going to happen. Having watched their semi final as well, is like when they're pushing, particularly into last, like they're just going off of anything at this point.
Yeah.
They're just sort of sending it in, which
Oh, yeah.
honestly isn't just a thing in this game. It's been a recurring thing, but they've been getting away with it up to this point off of pure just DM and thriving in the carnage and sort of having the sort of like hive mind of when the chaos erupts, they all know what's going on. But I think they were showing up a little bit there. Like they had so many opportunities stalemating out at BeanSports' last point, where they just threw away a couple of opportunities to get in.
Yeah, they managed to. I mean, Beans managed to like hold back the aggression, stop the wave from the Russians, but it was a good pressure from them. But yeah, it's very chaos. It's not something I'm really used to seeing at all. So a lot of the stuff the Russians were doing were catching me by surprise. And I think, like the Russian teams tend to have a bit of a reputation for being really good DM players. So very like they'll out aim, out DM their opponents, so they can kind of brute force a lot of situations. And maybe that's been working out really well for them, like throughout the season. But with such a formidable force and wall of beans, then it's Oh, one moment. Sorry, I can just see we're getting. Are we getting the logs through?
Yeah, my logs, the one that just loaded, logs.tf was being a little bit slow there. But
do you mind? I'm just going to run away for a quick moment, Ben. If you can take the chat through the logs, I'll be right back.
It's been a turnaround on the medics, because Demo going down 17 times as opposed to Jack's 10. That's a complete flip of what happened on that first map. But yeah, I've got to say, like the scouts again, both sides doing great work once more. Yeah, we see obviously on Koth it's a thing, but here on Snakewater as well, both sides having scouts stepping up to the plate. I know we had Alice getting a couple of big clutch kills towards the end of that mid fight, and Steven as well with that push to go for that back cap with Jack running across the logs into that second point, won them that other round. But yeah, confident take there on the whole from BeanSports and sort of a reverse scenario from the first map, but there's no more Koth. So it's going to be more similar to this, I'd imagine, going forward. And yeah, Demo players are getting onto him fairly easily, which was not the case as much on Bagel, but it's something they're really going to sort out, right? 17 deaths in one game, especially when there's like quite a bit of stalemating as well on one side. Like it's not ideal. Maybe the scouts, soldiers should watch out for their beamer a little bit more. But yeah, process is what leaves these teams. It's what's between them and a spot with that gold medal picture on ETF2L. Both these teams have had such good seasons, and in the regular season, as we mentioned before, only drop maps to each other. I mean, the Russians dropped one map last week as well in their semi-final on Snakewater, but now onto process for the decider as players just getting themselves loaded in, taking a break, maybe getting a glass of water, psyching themselves up, having a little last-minute team talk, and getting themselves psyched up and ready for this final map of the low season.
My apologies, I'm right back. I did the exact same thing of getting water, getting, new cup of beans, ready to just sip on and enjoy. I didn't really do that, in case you were wondering.
You're a fake fan, basically, is what you're saying. You're outing yourself as a fake fan.
Is it blasphemy to say that as a British individual, I don't eat a lot of beans?
That is absolute blasphemy. That is outrageous.
I apologize, but it doesn't.
I hope this is clipped and sent to the BeanSports team, and they can see your disappointment.
I still have the beans in my heart, though, pumping through my blood.
Good for your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, we've had the funny thing happen here where the two teams. I guess this is one thing actually, which is a funny little bit of deep lore from this Russian team. Right, is last season. So they have Red X playing for them. They also had a player called Red Medic and a player called Red Soldier. And they insisted on playing on the red team all season. And what I haven't realised is that this series, up until this point, they were on the blue team. But now for the deciding map, they're back on the red team. Which might be what they need to turn things around, you know? Like, used to playing red like all this time, maybe like shooting their teammates a little bit too much. Bit of friendly fire.
I mean, I'm very, very, you know, if I was just playing on blue team, I want to stay playing on blue team. It honestly confuses me if I swap teams. I just end up shooting my teammates. It's very confusing. So maybe a bit of mind games going on right now. Just like, no, we were blue last time. We're gonna be red this time, just to mess with them and mess with the cast as well. But it looks like we're gonna be going live.
Yeah, here we are going live. Map number 3, the decider, 3-1 in either direction in these first 2 maps. Both teams running out on their own pick, but now we're into neutral territory, neutral ground, as we step onto CP process on the last map of low this season. Both sides with all to play for. Huge bomb onto the demo. What a way to start this, with that big bomb straight onto choke. Great start from Fral, another high impact pick coming out. They're going to pay his life for it, and BEANSPORTS, with their loss of demo, going to have to retreat, and single-handedly taking the mid-fight there is Fral, and what a play.
Yeah, the high risk, high reward play, but if you're going to put that risk in anyone's hands, Fral appears to be the person to do it. Happy with, again, very nice rocket jumps, as a jumper main noticed, managing to stay alive just at the end, but it's going to be even Ubers, although we see from the Russians just flooding through IT right now. They are.
They're using.
Oh, they just used through IT.
Oh! No, but Jack drops! No! 99% on Jack, and he gets bombed all the way into 1. Can't retreat in time. Alice, last alive, going to be forced back to last. Demo down to 20 HP, but gets out alive. Alice getting onto Boomer is something, but Redex is surely going to sweep up this kill on low HP. And Spawner's a couple of seconds away. They're going to have to try and block. It's going to be close here. Redex might be capping this out, and he's running in, not going to get it. And there we have it, round number 1 in just over a minute here. Wow. It's a speed run coming through from the Russians. Straight up IT, straight in, and the building just wasn't quite precise from Jack.
Oh, very, very, very convincing and fast first round there from the Russians. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've never seen them just run into IT and take a trade on second that ends up just being completely winning. But let's see, does Frau go for the fast bomb? No, a bit slower this time. And both soldiers fast from BEANSPORTS. Looks like BEANSPORTS are posturing towards the left, but so are the Russians. And there's the bombs coming in from BEANSPORTS now. Landing in on the soldier, landing in on the scout. Huge damage everywhere, my god.
No, but Jack's weak and Dolo's weak as well. Dolo's taken down in the back line. All this aggression is all well and good, but they're losing players. Boomer getting great damage off towards his BEANSPORTS combo. And Steven is isolated as well from Jack. And Jack is going to have to run all the way back home, back onto last. Not much presence chasing onto him, but this has actually built up a reasonably big Uber advantage here onto Demo, so second going to be in danger as actually there's a player above Frau. It's going to be funny, catching Jack on the spawn, not able to manage it, but Uberad is going to mean second's going to fall quickly.
But no, BEANSPORTS are looking to contest actually. They bomb in, manage to get the force there out of Demo, and they run into last, but Jack doesn't quite have yet.
He's okay, he's okay. He's going to come back in now with 2 scouts, and now it's the Russians who are potentially in a little bit of trouble, right? They're down Uber Dissard. Obviously holding on to last, it's fine for that, but they're going to bomb in, actually get the force straight away. Frau jumping into 2, sees that beam, able to land the rockets into the rollout. Yeah, second's going to come through, but Timo's able to build up more advantage as all this is going on.
That's going to be a 50% ad, or well, a 40% ad from the Russians here. I'm expecting just like, you know, 3 stickies from the demo man going like just into the skybox. BEANSPORTS with a bit of Uber dis ad on second, but they'll be building by rollout. Yeah, they're ready for this, so hopefully it's likely that the Russians will be able to take second off this, and then BEANSPORTS will be back on last. But Frau just goes in for an early bomb, gets completely eaten alive, and then again with the other soldiers. It's looking like BEANSPORTS might be able to hold on to this. Big flank from Happy. Huge rocket onto the demo. Goes in for the cleanup, doesn't quite get it, but a lot of damage now to the Russians.
Out, and Jack nearly has. Jack's 97, 98, all goes down, taken down. He was so close. He was playing the minute numbers at the end of that fight, really hoping, and that means that Demo is even able to pick up Decayed Medigun. Demo's up with 80%, and they're running on to last. They haven't capped second yet, but it might not matter. Demo is going to have Uber by the time this push comes into last, by the time the spawners are in. But the Uber charge not going to get used again, and it's a lightning wall coming in here from the Russians, able to take a second round in under 5 minutes.
Oh, that was so funny on second. I think the cast thought that was so funny. But then there was another decisive round from the Russians, so BeanSports, you know, like maybe feeling a bit scared right now. We go into the third mid-fight. Frau just stealing the pack early, still taking a lot of damage, not much else. BeanSports going to the right side this time by the looks of it. And the Russians just kind of all over the place right now, so might get caught out on rotation. The Manza took down really weak there, Alice kind of on the chase. What a scrappy fighting, then Potato with big fadeaway bomb. Manages to curve back round onto Frau.
Low HPs on BeanSports though, you've got 3 players below half, Dolo in particular in a lot of danger here. Getting forced away all the way into IT, going to try and come out, but no, Lamaza hits the chip shot on the way back in, and that's the Demo Man down here for BeanSports, and that might be the cue to leave. Now there's a Potato still in the back line, potentially, no, never mind. The Russians are the ones going back out. Boomer gets taken down. Alice hit in a bit of a scrappy fight here, having to back out into IT, and there's so many Russian players in front of him. Massive arrow coming in onto Alice, who's still alive and kicking here in this fight. Still running in, trying to get something. Frau
gets Jack, of course.
Once more, Frau again coming in clutch when his team needs it. Yeah, Steven's behind here, gonna go for something, I believe, but I'm not sure exactly what. Gonna fight onto mid, trying to deny the cap, but actually not quite gonna manage. 7 HP away from getting the kill.
No, it's looking like potentially another round for the Russians. Full Uber on second. 1 player down from the side of BeanSports, not Steven still spawning. Have they managed to get a sentry? Yeah, sentry on the point, not the usual one, that's like the even gun, but they are very much on disad as the Russians use Improve 1. Try to get on Potato, but he manages to back up. BeanSports managing to kite the Uber for now, ready for this recollapse. And Happy, you know, kind of goes in for a bit of a bomb, takes so much damage, but no picks going the side of either team, which will favor the defenders here. As Alice comes out on heavy, looking very confident right now, and Demo Man goes down for the Russians, and they have to all back out.
Yeah, Demo down is going to spell doom, but I'm honestly surprised there with the restraint that was shown. Puma the only one going down. We've seen the Russians have had a tendency to just sort of, on those pushes go kind of all or nothing, but yeah, they decide Demo down, they're 2 rounds up. No need to risk too hard, and
The control point is being captured.
now all the way. Is Puma actually on Spy?
The Demo Man is on Spy. We have Warrior Theory coming out right now.
He's in behind as well.
He's in position. No, no. The bomb comes in from Frau. They have to. They end up using.
Anyway, get a kill into Potato. What is this?
Oh, but then the Russians managed to use out through sewers and go to block the point, and then Jack gets caught at the end of that. Not Steven staying in, but gets caught right at the very end. Dolo weak choke. Backing up. Oh, it put a dead on the med. He's just gonna try to escape from one, but he's definitely weak right now.
In trouble.
Yeah, this is. If he hits the pipe,
One good
get the
pipe.
pipe.
Had to reload. He hits the pipe into the med of 7 HP. The regen.
If it was a second earlier, that would have been a med pick there. Very crucial one-ish. Actually, looking at the Ubers, it's only like a 10% difference. So, I guess the Russian Uber was quite a bit later, but not really much of an ad, and they're not really building it all that efficiently either. So. Well, they are now, as soon as I say that. Is that a Caster's Curse?
Yeah, that's Caster's Curse striking again, but now this is a really rough scenario for BeanSports, right? Because I imagine it's not going to happen, but like the Russians have got like no incentive to really risk a lot here. They can just sort of, if they really want to play the long game, they can start potentially just weaning down this clock a bit. Their mid-fights have been so much better.
I'm walking in early through 5, but just before getting the Uber now, it looks like they're going to pop onto the demo. No, they're just going to drop the demo, take so much spam, almost drop the med there. They were trying to brute force that a little bit too much, so they have to back up now. Just try to hold seconds. Potato goes in, manages to get the force, and then it's a trade. I absolutely hate that, but it looks like BeanSports are just going to go back, chill on last, be even players, but I'm not sure if they're able to really push out right now. Happy kind of peeking, almost finds frag onto Frau, very close.
Gonna go down though.
He is, yes. And chased a little bit too far.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world though, right? Because they were still down a player over on the Russian side, so it's and Ubers aren't up yet, so.
They're still Happy, not gonna be very happy about that one.
Banger.
Thank you.
Yeah, Uber's going to be built up again. Happy going to be spawning back in momentarily as they're about 10-15 seconds away from Uber, and this time it looks like one is on the cards. And now the Russian team, I know we said, like, they've been looking to slow it down. Last time they just sort of walk in with the demo and try and milk as long as possible. This
They're
time,
coming in one.
they're going in through one. Lamaza all the way in.
Oh, beautiful schmooze from Potato managing to get out right there. The counter Uber from BEANSPORTS. And it's a nuke! Dollar with a huge 3k in rollout. Maybe make it a 4k. No,
They need
not
to keep
even.
Jack alive.
And he will. Separated Scout and Soldier. Soldier hiding on the sink. All eyes on him, I guess. But yeah, Jack managing to survive. So big three, like 6 versus 3 here from BEANSPORTS to the Russians, pushing in on second. Ego's still behind, so maybe he gets something. I don't like the timing of this is scary. Alice spots it though right at the last moment, and they'll chase that any day of the week. Go back, clean up that frag. Now have a big 40% ad on mid and a player pick. So you know this may is the comeback that BEANSPORTS needed. They're back in the game.
Yeah, with 20 minutes still to play, they've really got to find their feet at some point, and this could be the way they can do that. Yeah, 40% are definitely workable, especially in Bagel. Oh, they just spawned.
They're not doing anything.
Rolling out, but they're getting ready, I believe, for some kind of play over towards the sewer as they get bombs going in. Bit of pressure across the point, bit of damage coming in, but Jack's taken so weak and Happy's gone down, and the force comes in.
Dollar
Not
immediately
what
bombs
they're
in.
looking for.
Oh, and they're dropping players like flies. And then the Uber comes out from the Russians. Dolo with the absolute schmooze, managing to surf out. Oh, Jack just barely getting caught at the tail end of that.
There's 2 players in the lobby though, Potato and one of the scouts are just all the way in behind still, and they've got high ground as the players are retreating, getting a couple of shots. No, just about lands onto the medic of Timor. The air shot wasn't quite there, but not even able to clean it up. And look at these low HPs over on the red side. Dolo getting more into sewer as well. Dolo might even get more into red X as well. The sticky doesn't quite land, and we are in carnage mode at the moment. This is utter carnage. Frags flying back and forth, and as the dust settles, I think we're roughly going to be level.
I mean, BEANSPORTS definitely have a bit of an advantage here. They managed to find one of the traps, and Happy's not going to fall for it a second time. Manages to spot it out this time. The Russians conceding second entirely. And BEANSPORTS with a tiny little ad, not building right now properly. But they're in control right now. They're on second. Uber's basically even, but hopefully they step on the gas here and try to see if they can get some sort of advantage for last, as Frau with a very unconventional way of holding lobby, just staring at a boiler.
We know what Frau's like there, right? He's trying to rat it out at every possible opportunity. But Ubercharge using Q1 on the exchange, but no goes down.
What?
They try and go in for a trade, but Jack, as soon as the Ubercharge fades, gets taken out. And Frau getting a kill in his lobby as well, and Timor safe all the way back on last, and what a disaster of a push that was. They lose basically everyone. They lose the medic. They don't even get the force out.
Gusto not Steven for the back cap. That's all that he
Guns
has,
up.
and he's looking up where the gun. Oh, nice try though. You have to go for it. But now the Russians are going to be pushing in. Looks like some Russian BM in chat. I don't quite know. It sounds like haha. I'm not entirely sure what that means. But the Russians just walking into mid now very confidently. Full Uber ad, good player ad, and BEANSPORTS are going to back out onto second. So maybe looking to get a disad hold set up.
Yeah, Steven and Sniper potentially going to go for something here.
Yeah,
Try and
and
catch
roll up.
someone as they fly through.
Oh, but it'll just be completely... I was about to say, I thought they were going IT there, but no, it's the demo in the skybox. Here he is, flying in deep. It doesn't get spot. Alice stood in about 3 stickies, but somehow manages to run out. They managed to trade demo for Soli there.
Yeah, but Jack has.
BEANSPORTS about to push back in with the Uber. No,
Look
he's
at the
not
scout.
going.
Aaron gets taken down. Oh, the timing is so rough, and now it's a 5v3, and there's still a sniper, Ubercharge sniper over to the spawners, not able to get anything as players come back on piling onto the point, but the spawners aren't there in time. And it's 3-0 here for the Russians, and this is really getting away from BEANSPORTS now. There's half the game to play still, but 3 rounds down is really, really rough to come back from, and the Russians could be on their way to winning this grand final.
Quite possibly, very, very confident here. It's a complete, almost reversal from Snakewater. Early bomb from Happy. Manages to take down Boomer's so weak, but he manages to live just about. Who does Happy? Looking for a bow on that right side. Good bomb from Potato. Big damage there. Manages to get caught out, but he's done so much damage, made so much space. Even though they're one down, like they're still able to just cap mid right now. Just the amount of damage and space, yeah.
It's a very nice
situation.
arrow.
Yeah.
It's a nice arrow into Boomer though there right at the start of the mid lane, you were saying Happy in, but now Frowl's in. His turn to go in, gets onto Dolo, Jack's weak as well, and yeah, the counter aggression coming in. They only hold 5v6 for so long and they're not even able to secure the cap on BEANSPORTS with the demo down.
There's a flank going on from Bagel right now, which concerns me. And he gets one big rocket and gets the force. Yeah. Very nice flank actually there. And it looks like the Russians are just going to reuse on point. Jack's all alone. One health basically. Not Steven follows shortly behind. Potato's behind in sewers, but it's really looking dire for BEANSPORTS right now.
Yeah, Potato spotted out as well. Tried to come back into 9 mid, but wasn't able to do so.
What a bit of time.
Yeah, we put a little bit of time getting the scout off the point, but actually the cap still hasn't come through, so has been doing a good job. Going to be taken down regardless though. Is Boomer on the tide turner?
Wait.
What?
He is indeed. Well, you know what? This might be their downfall. When you start getting cocky like this might just be, it might be a mistake, but we'll see. Even Uber's here. It's going to just be a clean fight on second. Charge comes in. Beautiful charge, actually. Managed to find Alice. Happy's taking a fight in lobby. Manages to just get out through 5. That's even Uber's on last, but not set up, and they're down a scout.
But the demo doesn't have stickies to bottom point, or to do anything with, and just has the tide turner.
They are just walking in. Crew 1 charges through. Going to get caught out for that. There's no traps on point. There's nothing on point. So much cap time.
Oh, the cap is so close.
Okay, two very weak players hiding in lobby right now. Frau goes in. Please, BEANSPORTS, find Lamaza, find the hiding. Yes,
there they
Alice.
go, they find it. Boomer's now up on Sniper. So Boomer's been on Spy, been on the Tide Turner at some point, and is now up on Sniper as the Demo Man player.
He's really going for off-classer of the season while playing Demo Man. As I said, what was it, the Warrior theory, maybe even a bit of Yak theory going on. But BEANSPORTS looking to take mid without Uber, just drive through sewers there. Some players still hiding in the forward spawn, and they decide to back spawn. But
it's still a sniper to deal with peeking. The sniper's peeking onto point.
Oh, where?
Gonna maybe get an angle onto Jack. And here's the shot onto Jack. Comes all the way behind onto the health pack and takes down the medic demo.
I was looking at the wrong forwards.
Body shot. Oh my, that is unreal.
They managed to lose 3 for it though, so if BEANSPORTS can get some health packs, get healthy, they might actually be able to take second. With not Steven behind.
Demo doesn't have yet. Gonna be getting caught out in 1.
Yes! Jeez, play from not Steven there. Managing to basically get the medic and both scouts there. That was an absolute Chad play. Dolo's speeding a little bit of the caber at the end.
Oh, the BM. It's the grand final.
No shenanigans. Oh my gosh. Bomb in from Mego onto Jack. Not gonna get anything though. Alice is, well, not Steven's gonna very quickly clean that one up. And now there is a 1% Uber disad for BEANSPORTS. So even Ubers, maybe they bust 5. If I'm playing in this game, I'm screaming bust 5. It looks like that's what they're doing. Alice manages to get through.
There they go.
Good damage onto Frau. BEANSPORTS are just in.
With no sticks as well. Boomer wasn't on the sticks either, so there's no sticks to deal with. Just them that sat on the Tide Turner still. If they're getting huge damage, Dolo's nuking across this point here.
Red X1 health behind the point.
Still alive somehow. Frau's weak as well. The Lamaza's off when the cap comes through, and you've got to say maybe like the trolling's gone a little bit too far. Like, I've got to say having sticks on like a last hold is such a big deal. Boomer actually ran back to change back onto the sticky bomb launch, but it's no good when you haven't got traps up. Like you can't magic your traps into appearance by changing onto the sticky launcher.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he's back up on the sticky launcher now. They're going serious again. No more trolling. They lost a round. They're not happy about that. Speaking of which, Happy manages to get caught out on their pack. Good damage and space again, so are BEANSPORTS able to follow up with a pick on the demo? They do! What are those rockets in the sky, folks? Don't know what that was. But the Russians are running right now, and bad health on the side of BEANSPORTS. They just get bullied out. Beans get put back in the tin on second.
Yeah, Frowl's actually in sewer, waiting to be a nasty little surprise for anyone who might walk in. And Alice peeked it but didn't see, so it could be an even bigger surprise. As he jumps all the way in and straight onto Jack. The timing there is impeccable from Frowl. Just walking behind the barrel as Aless is walking in. Aless is going to try and run and get onto Demo, who's not actually built a booby yet. Just about gets.
That was a really nice pause from Alice, right? The last second, definitely. I think Alice died and then the force happened, so yeah, a little bit of nerves there from Demo, but you know.
Honestly, like Demo, there's no need to use there like at all. So one player, like, because you can risk it, but even if you die, like it's still even Ubers and you're at their last. Like, there's no difference. You may as well try and hold on to it.
We're already pressuring through rollout and run a bit. Okay, they decide to play it slow. Their round's up, you know, they don't really have to do anything right now. It's kind of on Beans to do something. Yeah, but they're just gonna build up Ubers and get set up on last. I can't see... What are the rounds at the moment? Is it 3-1?
3-1, yes, 3-1.
3-1, 10 minutes left. Yeah, Beans kind of have to clutch up.
Yep, for sure, and with Uber Chargers coming up, Alice changes off the heavy and onto the sniper, and actually no, go back onto heavy, baiting me. My baiting goes onto sniper for a second, goes back onto heavy, now back onto sniper again. Okay, Alice, make your mind up, please. But yeah, no, I like the sniper idea. It's kind of a way you can still be kind of holding last and not risking too badly with pushing out, but you still obviously have that potential if you can get a big swing in, get a big pick onto a med or a demo man or something that could spring you into a push.
And we now have the most passive the Russians have been over these 3 games. They're not even peeking. They are just winding down the clock. They are doing absolutely nothing. They are just saying, hey, it's, you know, your round's down. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, maybe going to try and eke in through one here with the sniper. Alice has the door opened up, misses the shot onto Boom. Am I going to second chance at it though? No. One gets sticked out. And there are a few options here for sniper, right? You can peek through lobby. You can even maybe peek on top of the boiler and get that look towards top IT if they're playing super passive. That's a nice little angle. But Alice going back round through 5 again. Gonna see the feet of Lamaza. Not gonna pull the trigger though.
Well, I mean, wherever he peaks, he kind of has to do it. You know, they have to. Beans have to maybe put on a bit of pressure. Realistically, if this round does reset, they would still just about have time to like clutch up 2 rounds, but it kind of makes sense that they for a little bit of advantage. And speaking of which, Alice has come up on Spy. All eyes on him. Got the spooky spiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that, like,
terrifying.
you say about resetting, but like the mids for BEANSPORTS have been awful. To be quite honest, like they've lost every mid. Let me say awful. Like they've been outplayed on mids, and they've consistently lost mids and consistently had worse positions. So you're saying if they like 5 minutes is enough time to get 2 rounds, but yeah, only if you're winning mid fights. Like, you can't lose both mid fights and still get 2 rounds in 5 minutes. You can, I guess, but it'd have to take some horrendous throwing from the opposing team.
I'm gonna say, as I said with yesterday, the vibe check. I'm not getting the vibe from Alice that this is. Medic was taunting in the corner. He could have just gone for the backstab instead. He gets caught out. No, he couldn't find the medic. He heard it taunting somewhere and just could not find it. They managed to lose Happy as well somehow. Don't quite know how that happened. Medic just AFK taunting did not get punished. Oh no, and they just decide to get a little bit aggro and roll out right now, and they just use
in 2 players picked. Playing on to Frau.
Not fresh picks though.
All the way behind. Alice and Happy going to be spawning just about now, and this Uber charge only has 1 kill on Potato, and they're still in. Surely the defenders are going to come up good here. There's players up in Panic Room, able to cause a little bit of distraction here, and the scouts from the point are actually doing a heavy bit of work in Lamaza and Redex, able to get some frags of their own, and it's only Alice and Dolo left. And they're scrambling to try and stay onto the point. Potato, the spawner coming in, but is not there in time, and it's 4-1, and we take 2 rounds in 5 minutes is on the cusp of being possible, but 3 rounds in 6 is, it's rough.
It's not looking good. It is not looking good if you're a fan of the BEANSPORTS. Well, if they're gonna do something, they gotta do something this mid. I'm expecting big, fast double bombs from the Solis of BeanSports. Let's see if they go for that. They're setting up over towards the right side. Now they're kind of just playing it really positional, and there we go. Both Soli bombs coming in right now. BeanSports just run across the point, just straight down the middle.
But Jack's in
and
danger.
Jack's gonna pay for it. So
Demo gets out as well, and so does Boomer. Both of them taking a heap of damage. And Happy going to try and secure something more, but yeah, not going to happen. Frel is actually all the way back. I think Frel's going to try and spawn camp here onto Jack. Alice is spawning up with him though, so maybe not. We're getting onto Dolo and Happy, and this is almost curtains, right? You've got to think.
I'm definitely thinking that. It hurts me. Everyone's just kind of going for these little solo plays right now, just trying to get some sort of salvage. You know, they have to do something, so can't blame them for doing that, but it might cause them enough mistakes to lose another round, get the 5-1 scoreline to the Russians. But we'll see. They have a 40 ad coming into second right now. BeanSports down a scout. Frau just bombing in, lots of damage, but just pays for it with his life. And both Solis going down. Solo going incredibly weak.
Yeah, they get the force onto Demo, and Jack now is going to have crits coming back up. We saw the Russian crits last round. Now we're going to see the beans crits, some critical beams coming across the point, and they're going to be fired by not Steven, who runs and gets onto Red X. Are they going to get any more? Over the top of the point, onto Lamaza, but the crits fade before the scout 1v1 occurs. Wins it out regardless. So they're going to hang on to second here, and with Boomer waiting for the pack to score in the lobby, going to fall to not Steven as well. So clean up here coming through from the scout, but with 4 minutes and 2 rounds to find, it's
yeah, they need to hit every shot right now.
Yeah, that might not even be enough.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, Potato, I mean, they're definitely hitting all their shots right now. Good picks on mid right now, but as you say, even if they go as fast as possible, potentially dead time, but they've got to keep playing on, even if you're BeanSports right now, they're aware of the time right now, but they know they just have to go for something. They go for a crits from IT, double scouts through lower IT right now with the crits, walk in, find a sentry gun in the forwards, gets taken down. They managed to find Frau with the crits, not much else though, but I mean, maybe there's a chance for... oh, Jack just gets direct hitted.
Yeah, I originally was caught there, but Boomer just Tide Turner charged at choke with the other pool paper out. Missed, but the attempt was there.
I mean, they've got around 2 rounds in 3 minutes. It's technically possible. Is it practically possible, or is it just theory?
Honestly, at least personally, the fastest round I've ever been part of was a 50-second round on Reckoner. But Reckoner caps a bit faster and process, I think, as well, especially because obviously the team know what they're playing for. They don't even have to turn up to mid if they don't want to. They can just sit there. That's what they're doing, actually. They're just going to sit and chill. No, man, they walk in a bit, they're just a little bit slow. They're slowing it down, but yeah, there's no risk at all here. For the Russians, they don't have to risk anything if they don't want to. And yeah, they're going to get the frags regardless. Straight in onto Jack. Not going to take him down. Boomer again, just about surviving on these mid fights. Doing such a good job. His Demo with these arrows. We're going to be getting crits up on either side any moment now. Demo building slightly better.
They take
using the crits.
And they catch Jack with it. And then Beans wipe on mid. And if there was a sliver of hope before, it has. I'm calling it. It has gone. The caber coming out onto Dollar. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I believe we are now in dead time, and the Russians.
They're going to be the champions. It's they always I don't know. Garbage time is always reasonably entertaining. I guess for everyone except the medics, because they're just constantly getting farmed. Everyone else can just sort of run around, have a last little bit of fun in this season of the last official, but 4-2 will more than likely be the scoreline here on this map. In a close fought series, but yeah, off the back of it, just particularly these mid fights coming in from the Russians, they've come out on top every single time. We run to splendid screen now on Boomer, mixing things up once more. Jack goes down at 99% again.
That was a 2k with the caber, which I don't think I've ever seen before in sixes. It is dead time, but it's still got to count for something. Direct hitters out, it's all just memes. Oh,
Yeah,
Just being continued.
we've got TF2 randomizer. Cable comes in again. I guess it doesn't have the same explosive force that it once did when it got the previous kill.
no. Oh, GG's coming out in chat. That is, oh, it's Pyro, it's just, yeah.
Any baked beans in the pyro? Some thermal thruster.
Don't know. I've gone quiet. My boys at BEANSPORTS truly feel their loss, but you know, it was a good showing for them. I kind of like, I had no clue which way this game was going to go at the start, but process was very, very decisive for the Russians.
Yeah, like it's been weird, right? This last map in particular. Like, there's been so many chances, and like, I know obviously like BeanSports took the chances that they had, and they did great with them. However, they just had so few chances. Like, they were just shut out. They look, and let the Russians as well. Credit to them. Like we said before, they really weren't slowing the game down much on Snake. They were just sort of playing a little bit gung ho, but they really, when it mattered in map number 3, they really just sort of battened down the hatches. Were like, yo, we're gonna calm it down. It's grand finals. We're gonna sort ourselves out, slow down, take no risks, and just win off the back of just being organised and fragging out.
My tears are filling up this bowl of beans in front of me, adding to a salty texture. And it does not feel good to eat at all.
Yeah, well, I guess like we were saying at the start, like we were saying there was a possibility here of a team like technically winning open and then going on to win low
Yeah.
straight after, which I suppose has sort of happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, very big credits. Yeah, it'll be beans on toast for baked beans and whatever else you have baked beans with for tea over in.
And breakfast and lunch and dinner. Let's have a look at the logs. What can we find out from here? 9 deaths on D-More compared to 15 of Jack is the first thing that I see.
I'm seeing 7 med kills from Boomer.
What?
Yes, 7 med kills.
Okay then.
And going 29 and 19 is certainly a performance. Redex, the player who actually was in the one mainstay from that team in Open last season, went 28 and 6. Which is
And Lamza 24 and 13's not too shabby either, although pretty much matched from Not Steven with the 24 to 16. Anything else? It looks like the Blue Soldiers are having a little bit of a rough time.
They did so well in the previous 2 maps, though, right?
They did.
It's been the one time when they've really been shut down, and I guess that's probably testament to the Red Scouts, right? Lamaz and Redex really picked it up coming into this this map number 3, the decider. And yeah, Happy and Potato have been kept quiet, and they're 2 very strong players. They're hard ones to keep quiet, but they seem to have done the business this time.
Let's have a look at air shots.
Oh, who's King Air Shotter?
Dolo and Happy, the air shot champions. Something? No, the logs aren't wrong. I think it's just because they swap teams. It's showing up differently. So it's just BeanSports are showing up
quote
as the
from
Russians
production,
and vice
I'm
versa.
an idiot. So just gonna yeah, I am idiot. Production is in our ear. It's production's fault. Tito's out in the chat. Exclamation mark who? Find out. We've sorted out the logs. It's because they swapped sides, right? I know. I said this with the difference, right? This is why, like, they were on blue before and it was all scrambled and frantic and chaotic over on the Russian side. They get back on their red side, which is the side they always traditionally play, and they come up and clutch it out. And yeah, take home the gold medal on their ETF2L, which they will get on their Steam profile in like 2 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But yeah, we can wrap up here unless there's any more final words you've got on this, Warped.
I'm heartbroken right now. The beans have stopped pouring. My heart has stopped. The beans are stagnant in my system. They're all has-beens. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
It's like that. There was like that museum for baked beans in Wales, which like closed down last year. It was like a very sad day. But no, yeah, if that's all we've got to say, well played. to the Russian side, whose name I will not attempt to pronounce because I don't speak Russian. But well played to them. Great showing. Had such a good season. Looked a little bit ropey maybe last week, but this time clutched up when it counts, and they're going to be our low champions on this summer season of 2023. So well played to them. And we've still got a couple more finals coming up. I think we've got Div 4. We still have a semi-final to play as well. Div 2, we've still got some games. We've had the Open Grand Final over on TFTV2, but that finished way before us. I believe that was a brief 2-0. So that's on the ETF2L side of things. But also, there's I-71 literally right around the corner. That's starting, the event's starting on Thursday. That's coming up this weekend. Get watching it either in person, buy your tickets. I'll be there. I hope lots of the people in chat will be too, or you can watch it on Twitch over at Essentials TF. So everyone be there. It should be great. And yeah, there's more ETF12 action before then going to be coming up. So hope everyone's going to be there and enjoy it. So see you later.